Justin Williams here with another episode of Dirt Time Adventures, and today I am at the Sigma 3 Survival School. I'm out here this weekend, going to be out the next 3 or 4 days, and going to be just living it large and trying to learn some new skills. And my primary goal for being out here this weekend is more or less an orientation, to kind of orient myself with the surroundings and what the facilities are like here, and get to know the instructors and kind of break down all those barriers that you initially have when you meet someone new or you enter into a new training environment, whether it be a school or whether you're going to college, a new workplace. There's always those barriers right up front to getting to know people, and so I'm trying to just get rid of those altogether. That way I can come out here fresh in April and be ready to rock it. And so I'm going to be spending 45 days out in the woods in April. I'm really pumped and excited about that. I want a huge shout out to my wife and kids who are supporting me in this. I love them very much, and I couldn't do it without them. And so I don't know how much video and footage I'm going to be able to take this weekend, but I will shoot as much as I can, and be sure to take a lot of pictures. So one way or another, you'll get to see a little bit of my experience. And I encourage you guys as well, if you're interested in taking any in-depth, survival training, check these guys out. Robert Allen and the guys here are awesome. They run a great program. I'm sure you guys have probably heard of Sigma 3 Survival. If not, be sure to find them on YouTube and Facebook and check out all their skills. And so gonna be doing a little bit of training with Joshua Hamlin this weekend. Pretty stoked about that as well. So should be lots more to come, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's supposed to be down in the teens tonight, so I'm probably gonna freeze my tail off. But it's worth it. So if I don't get to do a closing later, guys, I want to remind you, as always, keep it practical, primitive, and prepared. If you notice behind me, there's a bell to my left and a sign to my right. And here at Sigma 3, they have this philosophy of embrace the suck. And I kind of like that because we got this mindset, well, we want to thrive, not just survive. And there is a lot of truth to thriving in the woods more than just surviving. But at the end of the day, in a true survival situation, it's going to suck. You're going to have to embrace some hardship, embrace some difficulty, and embrace some suffering. And something else too about living in the woods, there are some aspects initially when stepping into a wilderness environment. For example, you're leaving all the comforts of your home and the conveniences, the comforts, and the easy living, and going out and living in a difficult terrain, and that could be very challenging, that does lack some comfort and conveniences, as easy as just going over and running some water. Also, you find that when you get out in the woods pretty heavily, you realize real quickly that you have to embrace the weather conditions, because Mother Nature can be killer to you when it comes to the weather. And so I love their philosophy, and it's good for me too to be a reminder, because there's no tapping out for me. There's no quitting. There's no ringing the bell and calling it quits. This is what I'm being called to as part of who I am now, and there's no way come April, May, or June am I going to be ringing that bell, whether it be the advanced training or the knife only, or whether I'm in sear and in a resistance phase. It's just not happening. I'm not ringing that bell. And so just gonna embrace the suck, and it's gonna make you a better man because of it. So love it. I get asked from time to time why I chose Sigma 3 Survival School, and at the end of the day, it comes down to their approach. They had the most well-rounded approach when it comes to survival for my personal preference. And they had the whole aspects of modern, practical training, which is part of my philosophy, primitive, practical, and prepared. Very practical and modern and tactical in their approach, but also just as modern as they are primitive. They got the teepee back there, and they're teaching stone skills. And I mean, that's the practical, primitive, and in the end, it's all about being prepared for anything. And so they talk a lot about the the best tool you have for preparedness is your mind, and they're going to help you get there by preparing you and teaching you the things you need in order to survive in the bush. A couple different traps, fish trap and a bird trap. They teach you some snaring out here, primitive traps, all kinds of good stuff. So here at Sigma 3, they have all kinds of different shelters that they teach you how to build. Everything from wiki-ups to lean-tos to you name it, they make it. Plow point debris huts, and this one right here behind me is an amazing wiki-up. I don't think I've ever seen one this big actually. I've seen a lot, but this one is massive. It's huge. And my buddy Brad, he's been hollering at me wanting to go out and build one in his backyard for his kiddos. So I'm going to take a lot of ideas from this one, take it home, and get ready to build one of our own there on some of his property. So super neat. Let me give you a tour of this one real quick. This one here is probably every bit of 15 to 20 feet tall. Every bit of 15 at least. And very wide. Probably a 10-foot base all the way around. See if we can get enough lighting to get some inside footage. A little central fireplace to come up and out. Some lofted raised beds. Super sweet little setup. And the views up here are amazing. Central camp with smoke racks over there. These cool little chairs. These woodsman chairs they built. I'll have to sit on one of those later and get a feel for it. And then the almighty teepee. How sweet is that, guys? So that is Central Base Camp for the most part. Pretty awesome. My camera can't even do the views justice. It would literally blow your mind how comfortable these leaf debris beds are. I've been in the works of making one myself at my base camp, but just have had so many other projects going on. But I'm definitely going to be building one of these when I get back to my platform. I'm a little nervous, my platform on mine's a little bit higher, but I still think I can make it work. I may just have to climb into it. The great thing about this setup right here too is it has what is called a long fire. And they teach you here how to make a sustainable fire that will last all night long. And it's almost kind of like a self-feeding. You burn it right here, put your coals on it, and then you're just completely just roll another log into it to create this long fire that will help you stay warm throughout the night. Fat man in a little debris hut. Right there would keep you warm and save your butt in a severe weather situation. Whew, super fun. This is a great idea, adding a little ladder to your platform if you built it too high. Something I may have to implement. Pretty cool idea. See just forest as far as the eyes can go. And they got these little hut things built everywhere, the little jungle hooches. It's thinking awesome. So, been working on all kinds of little projects today. Everything from a Cedar Bow Drill, which has been a challenge for me in the past, and I was hanging out with Jeremy, showed me some tips to get the cedar going. And then today we also started on fire Ember Burned Bowls, and so got a couple of them going, and then did some knife sharpening and man, all kinds of stuff. Just had a great day. Um, Man, I tell you, Jeremy is a sharp guy. Learned a lot from him today. Just spending time with him, hanging out with him. Super friendly, super personable. So, man, I'm really stoked about my first day out here, and really looking forward to tomorrow, and talking about building a shelter that is going to be really cool. I don't want to get any details right now, but I'm really excited about it, and so hopefully we'll get some footage and get some time to do that tomorrow. So, alright guys. So, I talked Jeremy into letting me sleep in the teepee. Never slept in one before, so I'm really anxious to see how it sleeps. And so it's going to be a cold night, probably in the 20s, and so really stoked about sleeping in this thing. I don't know. It'll be fun to find out, and I'll let you know tomorrow. So, about to wrap up a few camp chores and call it a night. So, it's been a great day.